Partnered by Time's influence.
They say dreaming is the first step towards creating reality. And when it comes to designing a dream bathroom, the bold looks of Kohler are bound to leave you speechless and wanting more. Dream and Kohler brings to you a spellbinding tale where imagination meets exquisite reality. Having chosen 4 people from different walks of life, Kohler will be helping them dream in design. Our first participant is Nibhrant Shah, an investment banker turned entrepreneur, who's gifting this bathroom to his fiance as a wedding present.
I grew up in this house. I lived here for 18 years. I went to school from here and then I went abroad to study. Every time I got a break abroad, I would rush back, come back to my room. It was left the way it was growing up, you know. So I came back as a 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, as a 20-year-old. I came back after my job. You know, I worked in New York, I worked in London, and I always came back. This has always been home. There's no place like this, for me at least. This house is a bungalow. It's 4 floors, and the family always grew up here. You know, we were part of an extended family. Now, due to old age, has whittled down to just 4 of us. There's my father, my mother, my younger brother, and me.
For me, what I love about the aesthetic of the home is that we've got a really nice mix of, you know, modern, useful amenities, but we've maintained that beautiful old architecture, and, you know, in terms of even the furniture and the way things have been laid out, and, you know, that's the part I like most.
So then it's not cohesive, you know, it's just a mishmash and a mixture of various things. But I think that's the beauty of calling it a home. You know, each thing has a story, be it on our travels or be it on a certain store or shop we went to.
In terms of my favorite part of the house, it's a little terrace that we have, and the reason it's my favorite is because that's when Nibhrant and I have been the most up to no good.
Dhiman and I are just 2 years apart, and I'm the older brother, and till a certain age I acted like an older brother. I think he's gotten quite a few whacks from me. After a certain age, I think once you turn 15, 16, 17, age doesn't matter anymore. Then you become best friends, which he is to me.
I think the equation is that I was being the younger child. I was protected a lot more, not so much by my parents, but by Nibhrant, because my parents never knew who really was at fault, and he always took the blame. So I think he definitely got more of the flack than I did growing up.
I met my fiance about 5 to 6 years ago. I went to an art exhibition. I didn't go. I was dragged to an art exhibition because there was some charity exhibition that my friend was working on, and I told my friend that, listen, there's no way I'm coming unless a pretty girl's going to be there. Luckily, there was one. You know, I always tell my fiance she started flirting with me, but the truth is I was the one flirting with her. And that's when we first met. And earlier this year, I proposed to her in Goa. Luckily, she said yes. I hope she thinks she's luckier than I am. We're getting married in a few months. She's going to be entering the family, and I wanted to surprise her in more ways than one. And I think one of the things, she loves to read, I love to read, so what I'm looking for in this bathroom is the ability to be comfortable, to spend time there. I think a bathroom has to be a destination, it's not a journey. That's something that I will be telling the interior designer and the Kohler team. And it's a place where we can read, it's a place where we get quiet space away from each other, and it's still a place we can enjoy.
The bathroom that's actually getting the makeover now used to be my bathroom and the bedroom with it. I'm excited firstly to see what happens, because I've used that bathroom before, and I know it needed a lot of tweaking and touching up, which I think will be fantastic. It is, in my opinion, in fact, I'm having a little bit of seller's remorse now, because it was I who chose to move out of that part of the house, because it really is the best part of the house. It's quiet, it's beautiful, you have the sea view, and yet you have that beautiful green hill at the back, and on the back road. So it's just a great room to be in, and I think the bathroom's going to look fantastic.
It's a fantastic gift and a fantastic surprise for my fiance. I don't think what's going to be created is just a bathroom. I think it will be something beautiful, but more than that, it will be an experience, and it will shock her, and I think I'm excited for that.
To bring Nibhrant's dream bathroom alive, Kohler partnered with ace architect and Bollywood's favourite, Shabnam Gupta. Creating ambiences that cast a spell and designs that provide captivating visual narratives, the Orange Lane has emerged as a leading name in the field of interior and architectural design in India. The moving force behind the firm, Shabnam Gupta has created some iconic restaurants like the Brooklyn Shuffle and the Sassy Spoon.
The most fulfilling aspect of what we do is to be able to change people's lives, to be able to touch upon personal aspects and have them live in the spaces that we design.
Also having designed homes of leading Bollywood celebrities like Irfan Khan and Parineeti Chopra, she now has her own retail store by the name of the Peacock Life, which offers a collection of earthy and environment-friendly furniture, reflecting the aesthetic of both the old and the new.
I think a bathroom design space is the most underrated in design. I think people don't realize that a bathroom is actually a space which is very therapeutic. For us as a design studio, when we look at a bathroom space, it's something which we treat not like a bathroom. It's an extension of the space, it's an extension of the client, it's a space where you are just yourself. It's not a living room, it's not a kitchen, it's not a bedroom. It's a space where you unwind, it's a space where you think, it's a space where you can be. When Kohler approached us for this makeover, we were quite excited because he seems to be a young person and who's just entering a new phase of his life, going to be getting married. And it'll be interesting to see how we can be instrumental in creating that space with Kohler and with Nibhrant. It's an older building and it's a slightly old world space. I think in the current scenario of what we have planned in terms of design, I don't know if we'll be able to retain too much. The best part about the bathroom is the amount of natural light that streams in and the big window, which is a rarity today. Also, currently the bathroom has 2 doors. We intend to actually shut 1 door and use only 1 access. We intend to keep it a very, very neutral palette, something that will be classic and timeless. Also, I think since they're going to be newlyweds, we intend to create a little old world romantic charm to the design, which is going to come out in the kind of smaller details that we've planned out.
Nibhrant met up with Shabnam to tell her what all he would need in the bathroom of his dreams.
Nibhrant, I carried actually the layouts also, and as per your conversation yesterday with Namrata, I was just wondering which layout we want to go with. The only thing is in that option, the WC actually we've managed to retain in the same location. And you know, the duct is behind.
I'm a little
yes, so
comfortable.
that's. I mean, I know they're all possible. Once we'll break it open, we'll know. But I just think that that's safer to go with because I know that the plumbing is taken care of.
So I'll tell you my prima facie thoughts. This is definitely my favorite option.
Correct, which is what I thought.
Just because we're not messing around with an old building too much.
And what I've done is we've kind of worked out just a couple of look and feel starting images, so it'll give us a starting point. One idea was that we actually do a full length mirror. So we do a very dramatic, so the moment you enter from this space,
Massive.
it's a floor to ceiling mirror and the vanity actually cuts it in the center. And on this mirror, so I'm going a little more drama, now you tell me if I need to tone it down, we actually do a framed mirror. So it's a back.
I love it.
And
I
the
got
back mirror, I thought let's do an antique vintage finish. And the actual usable mirror we'll do with this little over the top, dull gold or nickel kind of a finish. And it'll create.
I love it.
Yeah.
Super.
Okay. On the walls, one idea is that I actually cut it half height, window height, and I do a nice molding and paint the rest of the wall. So because I hardly have any walls, I actually prefer to go full height. So it'll just look cleaner
When
instead
you
of
say
breaks.
full height, you mean?
I'm talking about till the ceiling where the cornice.
Okay, so there's no dado.
There's no dado. The entire dado is the off-white stone itself.
Lovely.
Yeah. You mentioned that you have a large collection of books. So what we thought is that actually behind the WC, we'll create a little niche where you can actually have a lot of books.
No, absolutely. I think, Shabnam, one thing I mentioned was that's going to be my throne.
Yes.
And I want, and the WC is a destination, not a journey. So
We're doing everything to make that the right destination.
No, absolutely.
A coffee machine is the only thing missing.
The only thing I am genuinely
I
so
think
excited.
even I'm quite
I love
excited.
it.
I think it's
It'll
all
be great.
falling well together.
It'll be great.
Let me take you through what I'm thinking in terms of samples. So if you actually see this, it does not look like an Italian marble, and if you look at this also, so if you see any of these textures,
I like this.
we've sanded them
I
down.
really like this.
So we thought maybe you might want to just break the counter with a subtle color.
This is, you're talking now
Only for
about
the counter.
the sink, the basin counter.
Only where the basin,
Okay,
yeah.
and you're just talking about the top
Only
counter.
for that little addition of color. So see, the thing is that if you actually wanted to be seamless, I wouldn't even go with a shade difference. I would stick to this.
I'm leaving it to you.
So I think
if
let's
you
go
feel
for
like,
this because I'll get in the color with the library, the greens, the drapes.
and even the rug.
The rug.
Lovely, let's do that. So then this will be the
Sounds good. So you've actually got all these finishes, and right from the French vanilla to the nickel coated to the slightly more copper finish. So depending on whichever faucet we go with, and also just keep in mind that whatever we select here is what will weave into my story for the stall.
Absolutely.
So based on that. This is the Artist Limited collection, Nibhrant, which has all the finishes. So what you're seeing in the catalogs, actually these are the different styles. So like for example the clear glass one. They've got these in even tinted blues. I love this one. This is a beautiful one.
Yeah. Just to understand, will the basin sit on the counter or will it be sunken?
I was thinking that let's take a countertop.
Okay, a countertop?
Yeah.
Okay, just keep in mind, my fiance is tall but I'm very short. So the top of the basin 30 inches.
Right.
Rather
Which
than the
should
32,
be okay, sure.
The 30 inches maximum.
Sure. So let us come back to you now. Let me put everything that we've discussed today together.
Okay.
Let me put it on paper, create the elevations, get the final samples done, and we are good to go.
Fantastic.
Super. Sounds
Lovely.
great.
Thank you.
To bring the old one down to ground zero. A couple of weeks into the renovation, Shabnam visited the site to help fast-track the process.
मेरे को एंटीक वाइट इससे मिलता जुलता देखना है। ये वॉल पर तो आपका परफेक्ट है, ये आपके मोल्डिंग के ऊपर परफेक्ट है, करेक्ट? एंटीक गोल्ड का जो स्वॉच है वो आप मेरे को अप्रूव करवाओगे। कितना टाइम जाएगा? 2 दिन में हो जाएगा। कितना मीटरेज चाहिए मेरे को, उसका मीटरेज प्लीज आप निकाल कर दो एंड फैब्रिक इमीडिएटली ऑर्डर करो, काउंटर के साथ, मिरर के साथ होगा, और ये इंडिविजुअली आपके बेडरूम सारे। I'm not very happy right now. We've had our meeting and I'm sure that we will pick up pace. We've put tighter schedules in place. I've shifted half the work in the workshop. So we should be good. I think we'll catch up.
Kohler products with the perfect traditional form and the right finish were married to achieve the unique time-worn look of aged metal, and the design language of a traditional four-set line. A finial product line with a 3-hole configuration, a classic design of Kohler, offers a complete line in showering and other accessories as well.
So guys, I hope you like what you're going to see. Wow.
Oh, wow. Amazing. It looks superb.
As one enters the space, the first thing that catches the eye is an intricately framed antique mirror and a charming chandelier that adds the perfect amount of glamour and character to the bathroom.
It is lovely, yeah.
It's more than what we discussed. I think I love the mirror behind the mirror.
Yeah.
I love this sash glass.
Yeah, I love
the space looks so much bigger.
I think it's far more practical and usable.
And look at that bench in the shower.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I can just sit and chill.
Put on the jets.
With the
and
jet,
yes,
yeah.
absolutely.
What was important was because this was an old home, I
Correct.
specifically told you,
Correct, absolutely,
be
yeah.
careful
Yeah.
with the structure
Yeah.
and keep your plumbing lines,
Yeah.
electrical lines.
No, we have the complete
the
heads
same.
up from you in that sense.
And the fact that you managed to fit it all in that is super.
I love the way the sunlight streams into the room. It just lends so much romance to the space.
And I think opening up the windows really makes a big difference. Babe, don't you really like those little plants there? I think that was something Shabnam did for you.
Wow. Yeah, I mean we like getting the greens in. I think it just converts it from a bathroom to a more livable space.
Shabnam, what I actually love is the height of the sink.
Yes.
It is perfect for a short guy like me. I don't have to stand on my tiptoes.
And a tall girl like Ali.
More like
Yes. You got him to catch for that.
With a rain head, shower head, water tiles and a hand shower, the space provides ample options for everyone in the family.
Actually, Shabnam and the Kohler team really hit the brief. Ali loved the bathroom. I love the bathroom, and I think now she might actually want to marry me.
I'm really happy with the way it's shaped up. I think it's got a very strong persona, and I think it's more than what Nibhrant and me discussed, which is nice.
It's actually been such an easy process. I gave a brief. Shabnam and her team came back with a mood board that exactly hit the spot and hit the bullseye. And then 2 months later, I walked in and I saw the bathroom that I loved. At no given point was I involved, and that was the most amazing thing of the process.
So the idea was to actually declutter the entire space, to get it out, open it out, create color tones which are very soft, which go with the rest of the house, and yet there's a certain magic to the way the space shapes up.
I think earlier the bathroom was a lot more utilitarian. Now what Shabnam has managed to do is actually encapsulate our romance into a bathroom, if I can say that. If you see the shower area, it's massive. You can lie down in it. She broke down the earlier tub, and now the entire usable space has really opened up. She's made the windows lighter. There's a lot more light, a lot more air, a lot more feeling of space, which I think is very, very important.
They're such a sweet couple, and they're venturing into the next phase of their life. We wanted to create a space that was them in that sense, and the rest of the house also has this very, very nice regal look to it, So we obviously could not have a very strong contemporary bathroom that went with the rest of the space. The whole process of selecting bath fittings and the faucets and the WC and the basins, it needs to speak the same language, and it needs to flow well with the rest of the design. And here we wanted to pick up the slightly more classic collection from Kohler, and since Kohler offers a huge variety to be able to fit into different genres of design, this fits seamlessly.
Also, I think Kohler is a brand that offers fantastic finishes, which is something which we are always excited about, because you want to not always use the chrome or the antique. So this was a nickel finish that we selected, and the basins were those classic ones which had this beautiful trimming on the side. So it's an under counter basin which is conventional, but then the entire molding and the trimming on the side gives it a different charm altogether.
I'd asked for a few specific things, and I think they went above and beyond. I love to read on the WC. I think that's a very important thing. It's my throne, and they've given me bookshelves. They've given a super vintage WC. I think the shower area is just stunning. If you see the sash pattern that she's done is gorgeous.
He wanted the basin height to be suited to, because he's slightly shorter, though his fiance is slightly taller. So we had to find this little mid height, which was not standard, which worked for both of them.
Tremendous seller's remorse. I should have just hung on a little bit longer till this bathroom, the makeover had happened. I anyway kind of was starting to miss this room and bathroom, and now I might just sneak in anyway and regain control of this entire area. It's fabulous.
So first of all, Dhiman loved it. I think he is most jealous that he's moved out of the room, and he's already told me more than once that he wants to move back in. Ali loves it. And my parents also came and saw it and absolutely loved it, and I think they're going to want to now work with Shabnam to get all the other bathrooms in the house done as well. I definitely think this is a great wedding present. She likes it so much, I hopefully don't have to give her another wedding present.
I think if you are a couple and you're doing a bathroom, a good idea would be to pick up a handy shelf if it's not already there, and get a good sound dock in the bathroom. I think that is something which music really helps soothe people whilst getting ready. I think the other thing which would really work well is to have a lot of your personal toiletry storage organized. So whether it's picking up a glass cabinet and putting it on the wall and then having all your toiletry within that, or if you're able to create a niche which is inside the wall, so it's flushed with the rest of the space and not jutting out, I think that's a must. And I think thirdly, to have a good shower, to have a really great shower system. I think that would complete the entire experience.